Welcome back to One Comic Book Day, where we continue our way through Superboy issue 12 and the second story, The Puppet That Came to Life. Apparently, Howdy Doody is very popular at this time. Of course, Howdy Doody was a puppet show that was popular with kids in the 1950s. Involved a red-headed little puppet named Howdy, or Howdy Doody. To be honest, I didn't watch much Howdy Doody. I know it through cultural osmosis. But we have a red-headed puppet here named Twinkly, who is very popular with the kids. And I'm guessing that someone at the Superman books had the thought of, what if criminals took over the Howdy Doody show? And that is how we have a Superboy story. You see, Twinkly ends up coming to life, seemingly, and choosing a guy named Mr. Gatlin, who is a ne'er-do-well, at least we can say. Can't really say he's a criminal. He's not like a racketeer type. He's mostly using Twinkly's influence with the children to stuff his pockets, telling them to do specific things, like telling their parents to vote for a crooked politician that's paying off Mr. Gatlin. And it's up to Superboy to stop each one of these things. Now, why Superboy doesn't just grab the puppet from Mr. Gatlin to begin with, the puppet isn't exactly a real person. It has ownership, and it deciding Mr. Gatlin is its owner doesn't matter legally. I'm trying to bring logic into a story about a puppet, so I guess the joke's really on me. There is a reason for this. It turns out that the puppet isn't actually a real puppet. It was at one point, but it got destroyed. The puppet looks just like the puppeteer's actual son, and it's his actual son posing as Twinkly. And if he doesn't go along with Mr. Gatlin will hurt his father. Though I feel like if Superboy was given this information early in the story, a lot of the story wouldn't have happened. He could have just gotten involved. So many people could have gotten involved. It's not like a child can choose a random person to be their parent. But most of it is Superboy going around and stopping whatever influence Mr. Gatlin thinks he has, like exposing the corrupt politician, until he's able to make a new Twinkly and really screw with them, making a Twinkly of steel, though technically more of copper. That's bulletproof. So we get a classic Superboy is bulletproof, except it's the puppet that's bulletproof. And if you were me, I'd be absolutely terrified if I was shooting at a wooden puppet and the bullets bounced off it, especially the fact if it's alive. Now, that's a Chucky movie. I know he's not a puppet or made of wood. I guess technically the reboot Chucky movie, he was some sort of like animatronic robot toy, so I guess he would have been metal there. Here's the thing, even before Superboy knows that Twinkly is actually a kid, his biggest worry about just getting involved is the threat of the dummy being destroyed. But the dummy has actually already been destroyed. And we are told at the end that there's a new puppet because Superboy carved one in a matter of minutes. So why did it really matter for Superboy to go along with this? As long as he does, if he could just craft a new puppet. The puppet doesn't really matter when it's easily reproduced. I'm also kind of shocked they didn't actually get Howdy Doody, but maybe because Howdy Doody had some rules about how it was depicted in the media. Probably, his creators probably wouldn't have liked the whole idea that he was being used for corrupt purposes. But this story goes a long way to try to keep it going. And even like the things Superboy ends up doing are not particularly all that magnificent compared to his previous story in this issue. I think it's competent. I just think it has to rely too much on a swerve or two to get us to the point of why a puppet can be controlled by some ne'er-do-well. Okay, that is it from Superboy issue 12, The Puppet That Came to Life. So not technically came to life. I guess it's sort of like a Pinocchio situation, but the puppet was always a human boy to begin with. Well, not always, but sort of. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notifications when new videos up. I do this Monday through Friday, but Fridays is Bat Friday, where I cover a Batman story, either Detective Comics or Batman. I know I posted it on Saturday this weekend. I forgot. I recorded it and I forgot, so I edited it on Saturday and posted it. I guess it was Bat Saturday. It doesn't sound as good. Until next time, let's ponder the question, whatever did happen to the boy of tomorrow? Do you think Twinkly time ended the same time Howdy Doody ended? Okay, have a great day.